Riccardo.
Yes.
You're the artistic director
Yes.
for Summer Solstice, and you've been that for how many years now?
Well, the problem I have with Solstice is linear time doesn't really go with it, but I would say that I've been the artistic director for maybe 14 or 15 years. Over the years, we have, of course, evolved from a completely nomadic, in other words, we didn't even know where the workshop was going to be, to now that we have the community arts workshop. We have a home base, which is great. We can make structures and reappear structures. I so much this year didn't realize how much I missed all of the work that it takes to set up the workshop. And then the workshop itself, which is where we have a plethora of materials. I think that's one of the things I love, is creating a space without total intention, but that has the ability to fulfill other people's intentions. You know, I also have my own ego with it, and I have my own ideas of how things should go. As a performance artist and a dancer, even though I'm an improviser, I mean, I think that things should have like form and structure. And other times, I just love when it dissolves and something completely unexpected happens. Some family comes and they invent a lion with moving legs, and we figure out all of the stuff around that. I miss that also. I miss the problem-solving brainstorming that goes on in the workshop. So some bloopers that have happened in the past have been, of course, broken floats are one. And I even remember one where a family had created their whole float off-site, so I didn't get a chance to see it, and halfway down the parade, it almost broke in half. So then we have to quickly improvise a way to get that float off the road and then back to the workshop. And I have to say, we have managed to do that even when we had a Trojan horse, which was as big as a garage, and it was breaking wheels right and left. Which, by the way, we did learn that we need to get way better wheels, and that's I appreciate all of the grants that have come through to get those better wheels. And then other bloopers have been costume malfunctions. Because we're in shall we say, a more conservative community, we're not completely naked, even though it's the height of summer. But occasionally costumes will break down and reveal things. Oh, some of my favorite things about Solstice is the workshop, where we have this diverse group of people creating problems in a way, if you will, like creating an image, like how do you make a macaw, for example, and then people building around that, and we getting input from other people about how we could solve that problem or this problem, and so that is that big part of it. And then the actual gathering day of the parade, it's actually early morning, and I am not a morning person, but I actually missed it this year, where we gather early, get all the floats in, and then that moment before the parade actually begins, where all of the people there's this bubbling energy. Yes, those are some of my favorite things.
That's awesome. What do you think the community should know about Solstice that they may not know?
I think they should know that we are a non-profit organization. We are not run by the city of Santa Barbara. We are supported somewhat by the city of Santa Barbara, and we appreciate them and their support. But they should know that we're like an ad hoc, if you will, group of people, and that organization supports at least a dozen gig workers who rely on that money that they receive for that period of time, those 2 months of the workshop, for several more months, or if not most of the year. So I think that people should know that there's no big group funding us. We are making it up as we go along.
Even though we weren't able to get together this year on the street in the same way with our entire huge parade, have we still been able to capture the Solstice spirit?
Even though we haven't been able to gather in the way, I mean, in a way, Solstice is sort of anti-social distancing. But we have done our best to maintain those standards. And so I think that every time we have gathered like this moment here in the street, it rekindles the Solstice spirit, which sometimes feels like it's missing when everything is virtual. But as we've been working on the virtual parade, I have to say, there's really great moments with that, where I begin to feel the sort of solstice energy, if you will, again. So I think that we are maintaining the solstice spirit, as well as building potentially for the future, with it being able to be even maybe more international by including a virtual parade in our real parade. That's what I hope. That's one of my visions for the future, is that we have the real parade and then we have these other people contributing video images.